In 2020, the most prestigious sporting event in the world is heading to Tokyo. The Olympics as we know them today originated in Athens in 1896, based on the Greek games played more than 1,000 years ago. Over the last century, various sports have been added as they become more and more mainstream, with athletes wanting to compete in them. In the 2020 Olympics, for example, the International Olympic Committee, or IOC, have opted to include karate, surfing, and skateboarding to Japan's Olympic roster. The lineup of sports changes frequently, with softball leaving in 2005 but making a return for 2020, bowling present in Seoul in 1988 but never before or since, and even golf and rugby were briefly discontinued only to be voted back in Rio for 2016.
Here comes Zane Davids on the charge. Zane Davids!
But while the inclusion of some of these events may be contested, their status as a sport is not. There is another activity enjoyed by a very specific group of people which often gets a rough deal when it comes to being professionally recognized: esports.
One more shot as Wolf wants the glitter lands. Bang, almost down! Barrier comes in, get a kick! Oh, the first blood onto Bang! Misfits pull the trigger!
Ever since the esports boom, its status as a sport, or even a legitimate thing to do, has been hotly debated. But now there are some very real steps being taken toward including esports in the 2024 Olympics in Paris. French officials have said that young people are passionate about esports, and so they should at least have a conversation about its inclusion. In 2014, ex-creative officer for Blizzard, Rob Pardo, said that he wholly believes that one day esports would make it into the Olympic lineup, only to be argued with directly by the president of ESPN, John Skipper. Skipper denied that esports were a sport, instead claiming that it was only a competition, despite broadcasting huge League of Legends tournaments on his own network. If even the people who endorse esports are skeptical about its status, it begs the question, what chance is there to turn the rest of the population onto it?
We had people who were outside, minus 12 degrees, they were ready to get in here. It is now packed, it is sold out wherever you might be in the world.
So, what are the arguments in favor of esports being alongside traditional sports in the Olympics? Well, for one, esports, just like traditional sports, are incredibly competitive. In fact, all-time great Olympian Michael Phelps recognizes the high level of competition involved in competitive gaming and even presented the Best Esports Player Award to Coldzera at the 2016 Game Awards, saying, quote, "There is absolutely no question to him the level of skill, training, and devotion it requires to become a professional gamer," and calling esports players fellow athletes. That's pretty cool. Talk about a ringing endorsement.
There's absolutely no question to me the level of skill, training, and devotion it requires to become a professional gamer. Tonight, I'm here to pay tribute to 5 fellow athletes who have demonstrated incredible performance in 2016.
The real problem, however, isn't even a question of tradition or physical aptitude. The only hurdle that esports has to overcome is the stigma surrounding gaming as a whole. It's an uphill battle against public opinion. Even people inside the gaming industry are not convinced about people earning Olympic gold medals through esports competitions.
So we really wanted to build stages where players can shine, where they can be celebrated as stars and follow their passion.
In South Korea, esports are basically the country's de facto national sport, and the players there are treated like celebrities. It's the Western bodies of the IOC and Western countries who are less likely to accept the popularity of esports. In Korea, esports players are treated like athletes, while in Europe and North America, players constantly have to explain, justify, and defend their choice of profession to people who are not familiar with the scene. Inclusion in the Olympics wouldn't fix the problem, but it would be a huge step in the direction of proving the validity of esports.
Video gaming, it's not just one sport. It's like having a football team and a tennis team and a cricket team all in one.
Esports has been called the first major sport to be invented in a century, described as the new world sport. Played in sold-out stadiums and huge arenas, live-streamed around the world to hundreds of millions of fans, it's getting hard for people to deny the popularity of this new mode of competitive entertainment. While we'd love to see esports join other competitions on the world stage because of the effect it would have on public perception, the truth is that it would fundamentally change the Olympics, probably forever. I honestly believe that change is coming, but not in 2024 or 2028, maybe not even until 2077, but it is coming. Check out these other great clips from Mojo Plays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.